this is a bad month for anybody who is a reasonable human being. Trigger warning, guys. This is going to be crazy. Hi crystal balls, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please think about sticking around, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Those are all free things that you can do, and it takes just a moment to do this. So please help support this channel. If you want to support the channel in other ways, there are plenty of links down below. Also, I have a Patreon that will have exclusive content. I also want to take a moment to remind you guys that you can try out audible.com for free and get a book of your choice. Just look down at the description box and follow that link. Try Audible out. You can try it, keep the book, have access to their library and all of their podcasts. So please think about doing that. I don't know how I'm even having a conversation about this. There is a video that was made approximately 2 weeks ago in Pride Month about a pastor calling for queer people to be executed for treason. So I'm going to react to that. There's a 57-second clip off of Twitter that I have found. I want to throw all the trigger warnings out there. This is something that is incredibly homophobic, transphobic, anything that you can possibly think of. It is very dangerous and it is very damaging. This is something that we need to take incredibly seriously because as of this week, a few days ago, Roe versus Wade was overturned, and we have this bullshit going on now where people are basically being, it's like McCarthyism and Nazism, and the worst inhumanity is happening. I cannot believe that I live on this planet right now. And this is just in the United States. You know, this is not necessarily affecting other parts of the world, but I'm sure it's an interest to other people in other countries. I don't know what to say here, but we're gonna react and go from there. Okay, friends, trigger warning. Again, this is going to be very disturbing. And at the time of this recording, this video was made approximately 11 days ago, so less than 2 weeks. Happy Pride. We're going to listen to this, react to it together. We might have to go over it again because it's only a 57-second clip. But let's take a look here.
Transgender grooming our children's minds is a national security threat because it is ultimately designed to destabilize the republic we call the...
Okay, the first part was really hard to get in the clip, but it said the LGBTQIA plus is grooming the minds of children. Please do not throw around that word if you don't understand what grooming means, asshole. Grooming is usually a word that they associate with human trafficking. And to compare the two and make it seem like one is equal to the other is not only grossly wrong, but completely disgusting. And you are trying to groom people into thinking that LGBTQIA plus people and human trafficking people are one and the same. We don't provide this damage here. There are plenty of people who are guilty of grooming children, including churches. And it is not a group of people that you deem whatever that you don't agree with, who have every right to exist and be here. We are not grooming children's minds. Okay, we're just trying to exist. We are trying to have equal representation. We are trying to just live our lives. So don't put the word grooming when you associate LGBTQIA plus people, because this goes back to hate mongering and fear mongering and crap that happened back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, or even earlier, when you were trying to say that one equals the other, meaning grooming, evil, whatever equals queer. That's not true. And in fact, the largest amount of people who groom children are straight people when it comes to human trafficking. Now, I'm not trying to say that you should associate straight with grooming either. Okay, this is sick. Nobody should be putting these two ideas together. The people who are grooming for these types of situations are very specific people. It does not represent the whole. A percentage does not represent the whole. And this guy is trying to have you equate such language to queer people, so you will be afraid of them, you will be grossed out by them, you will other them, you will find something very wrong with them.
United States of America. That's why when I'm elected, I don't want to just vote. I want to start holding people accountable for treason to the Constitution. I am going to push to reenact HUAC. HUAC is the House of Un-American Activities Committee. It was a real committee that was formulated back in the 50s, and it's a committee that we should reenact that starts holding these people accountable for treason. We need to hold people for treason.
I don't know why he is singling out LGBTQIA plus people, we're going to just say queer for right now, for treason. Do you understand? This guy literally doesn't understand the words that he's using. He doesn't understand what grooming is. He doesn't understand what treason is. Treason is doing something grossly against your country. This is something huge. Being queer does not equate treason. They literally have nothing to do with one another. And if you want to start calling people out for treason, then you really need to start holding people accountable in your government. Who is this guy and what is he running for? Because God forbid he ever gets elected to anything. Calls himself a pastor. What the
Treason, start having some public hearings, and start executing people who are found guilty for their treasonous acts against the Constitution of the United States of America, just like they did.
What the shit? And who's this girl over here who seems really like getting off on this? I don't see anything different in this particular clip. So unless it was cut together in a way that makes this conversation seem like it has to do with queer people who are committing treason just by existing, or if this is the whole thing, either it doesn't matter right now, because this is what is being presented. This is a clip that's out there. People, I've kind of heard about it. It was uncut, but I don't know that for sure. So I do need to put that out there. But right now it seems like this asshole is saying that queer people are treasonous and they need to be executed. But we have a country full of horrible people who are doing horrific things and never being held accountable for it. But being queer is neither illegal. Sorry. Hold on a second. Being queer is neither illegal, immoral, or treasonous. Again, this guy is throwing around words like he understands them.
Back in 1776.
You know what, South Carolina? This is our guy.
The LGBT, transgender,
Okay, we're
grooming
again.
our children's minds is a national security threat because it is ultimately designed to destabilize the republic we call the United States of America. That's why when I'm elected, I don't want to just vote.
I'm just watching this again to see if there's any sort of cut, but it really does seem like he is alluding to the fact that he believes queer people are going against the republic and they need to be held accountable by execution.
I want to start holding people accountable for treason to the Constitution. I am going to push to reenact HUAC. HUAC is the House of Un-American Activity.
So this is McCarthyism. So this is something that happened in the 40s or 50s, like he said. But I'm just trying to wrap my head around a black man who is trying to call for public executions because somebody is queer. Hypocrite. I'm sorry. If you open this can of worms, when is it going to stop? And when is it going to go back to lynching? Lynching. And just because, I mean, this is sick. This is going to get really out of control. This guy's from South Carolina, as I heard at the end of the clip here, but this is one of the most disturbing things I've ever heard of. And the fact is, this man is opening up something that is horrific, that basically says, if we don't agree with you, then I'm going to call you a traitor, and I'm going to push for a public execution. When does that end? And when does lynching start? Because people are going to take a stand, a little bit of this, and run. So it won't stop at queer people. It will go to people of color. It will go to people of different religions. It will go, I mean, this is beyond disturbing.
He's committee. It was a real committee that was formulated back in the 50s, and it's a committee that we should reenact that starts holding these people accountable for treason. We need to hold people for treason, start having some public hearings, and start executing.
There was a little bit of a jump there that I can see, so I don't know what was cut out there. But it really is, honestly, the guy says what he is saying. You can't change the words that are coming out of his mouth. And I cannot believe, I mean, I don't know, Roe versus Wade got overturned a few days ago at the time of this recording. So honestly, I don't know what to think anymore. That in 2022, this person is not only opening the door for all sorts of homophobic, racist, transphobic, ultra-right, crazy bullshit that will kill people because you don't agree with them. And I'm asking this person, when does it stop? Because trust me, you open that floodgate and it won't stop with just queer people. This is very much a Nazi sentiment. This is very much trying to go back to concentration camps. This is fucking sick. I mean, that's the type of thinking that this is, where it's so extreme that you are going to kill people that you don't agree with or you don't like in the name of treason, in the name of the Republic. Why would you do this? You're going to end up creating a world that is like Nazi Germany back in the day, because you don't like somebody. How dare you?
People who are found guilty for their treasonous acts against the Constitution of the United States of America, just like they did back in 1776.
There's nothing. What he is saying right now could be considered treason. What he is doing right now is against the Constitution of the United States. There is nothing. And sorry, I burped. I'm human. There's nothing in the Constitution that says you cannot be queer, that you have to be Christian, that you have to do X, Y, and Z. This is for a free country, this place is really fucked up. And this man is exercising his freedom of speech to spew hate and setting up vile, horrible, terrible things. I hope that this man never gets elected to whatever the hell he's running for in South Carolina. If he does, we're all in trouble. We are all in trouble. Because if this seed that he has planted, like he is accusing queer people of planting, this man is grooming. This is what he's doing. He is doing everything that he has accused queer people of doing. He is someone that would be exercising treason. He is the one that needs to be held accountable. And this is hate speech. This is Nazism. This is McCarthyism. This is somebody who wants to execute people that he does not agree with and calls it treason and tries to tie it up in a nice little bow so he can justify his hate. A black man who I guarantee you has gone through prejudice, racism, and a whole lot of shit just because he's a man of color. And that never should have happened. That never should have happened, but that is something that I guarantee you he has gone through. So how can he stand there and point the finger at other people and open up the door for not only anybody that he doesn't agree to get lynched, because face it, that's what he wants. He wants public execution for not agreeing with somebody. He's opening the door for a whole load of hate. And again, where does it stop? Because if you were trying to interpret the Constitution in a way that queer people are going against the Constitution and they need to be lynched, why would it stop there? It will come around to people of color. It will come around to people who are not Christian. It will come around to somebody who is whatever. History repeats itself if we don't learn a damn thing from it. And right now, I'm scared to death for this country. Why? Look at the state of things. This is unbelievable, and I feel like I'm going to vomit. I cannot believe that somebody would ever say this. And I can't believe that this person is a pastor. That tells me everything that I need to know about the state of this country. Okay, guys, I know that was difficult. And I'm so frustrated, disgusted, like I don't even have the words. I don't have the words for this. This is the world that we live in. I can't even begin to comprehend how terrible this whole thing is. And again, this guy is supposed to be a pastor. I did see that he lost whatever election that he was running for, and I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but thank goodness he lost. But the problem is this rhetoric is out there, and there will be more people coming just like him. And now that Roe versus Wade has been overturned, I feel like the floodgates of the fundamental right are going to open. I am not trying to down on anybody's religion, but there is a separation of church and state in this country, and everybody seems to forget that. And there is no national religion, there's no national language. Like, people forget this stuff, and it is becoming a dictatorship of far-right conservative Christians. It's scary. And anybody who they deem different or sinners or unworthy or whatever, we're all in trouble. So please take care of each other. Look out for one another. Be neighborly. Be human. You know, I can't believe I have to be like, be nice to each other. Don't be racist. Don't be homophobic. Don't be a dick. Because our country is insane right now. I really can't believe this stuff is happening. And it's thinking like this that cost millions of lives. And if we don't learn the lessons of our past, we are doomed to repeat. And right now, we are repeating mistakes. I can't. I don't even know what to say. All right, guys, please take care of each other. Be kind. I know I even have a hard time saying every single day is a gift, but it is. But remember to use your time wisely. I'll see you on the next one. And hopefully it won't be as bad as these last two. All right, take care of each other. Bye for now.